Hey everybody, come on in. Let me fix the lighting real quick. Come on in, like and share. We're going to start in just a second. I forgot to turn the sun on. I had to turn the sun on so you could see me. I was in the dark. But come on in. This is a subscription drive of sorts. It's going to be a little bit of a variety show. What it would be like to follow me on YouTube. That's what the best way to describe it. I had trouble picking a name for the feed, what we were going to talk about, because it's going to be a little bit of everything. But the main point of this feed is to get YouTube to 1,000 subscribers. So this is the link on YouTube. I'm going to share it to the comment section on Facebook, on the feed on Facebook. And my computer is so slow. I'll be so happy when we get the new one. It should be any time now. He's told me that a couple pieces to it are on back order, but as soon as they come in, it will be ready and we will have better, faster computer. But until then, we have to fight with this one. But that is the link on YouTube. It's also on my Facebook timeline, and if you need to get it there, come to the YouTube channel. Share the YouTube link. That is the way to support this show if you're watching on Facebook. Same show, just on YouTube. Let's see. Helen's here. Hey, Helen. Ginger. Hey, Ginger. Dance music. You're right. I made that music. You like that? I had to make that music with a music maker app. You can't use licensed music on Facebook or YouTube for that matter. They'll shut you down because they don't want you using other people's stuff. Yes, it makes sense, but you absolutely cannot do it. They'll pull your video and copyright strike you, and no one will see it. So I made that music on a music maker app so that we would have music to listen to. But that's just something. That's one of the many things that you're going to get is hot tracks like that when you subscribe to me on Things and Stuff, because that is the hub of everything. No matter what show of mine you might like, there's people here from all different shows of mine. I have a bunch of little shows, so whatever you might know me from, you're going to like it over at me and Things and Stuff, because it's a little bit of everything. And that's something you'll find during this feed. But there's a lot of people here. I can hardly keep up with it on Facebook. Hi, Jeff. Glad to see that. But share that YouTube link for me. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I think we can do it by the end of this feed. I honestly think we can do it. It's 56 people. We need 56 subscribers. Now I need to hit that by December 10th. That's what my goal is, for different reasons. But I wanna get there. So help me get there. Share the link and all of that. But we're gonna talk about whatever you want, anything at all. There is some stuff that I'm working on that we will get into, some research I've been doing that we can go over, but some of it I know more than other things. There's more that I'm strong on than others right now because I'm researching about 4 different things. So when you're trying to do that, you kind of spread yourself a little thin. When I pick the topics, though, that individually, I do delve into them a little deeper. Like right now, tomorrow night's video for Conspiracy Theories and Chill is going to be on Ong's hat. That's fascinating. We can get into that briefly. I don't want to get into it too much because I want to really get into it tomorrow. That's for tomorrow night's show. But when I centralize, I do tend to look deeper. But right now, I'm looking at about 4 or 5 different things, projects coming up in the future. Jeff says, keep it funky. You always got to keep it funky. That is very important. And something that people forget is that you need to keep it funky in all things. In all things in life, keep it funky. And that's what we do on YouTube right now. And Ray says, are you live now? Yes, this is live right now. This is not a repeat. We are live right now. See, I got a brand new shirt. I love this shirt. I found this shirt yesterday. It's a Scooby-Doo shirt. I don't know if you can see that, but I love it. That's my look, t-shirts and a hat. Keeping it simple. I have a simple, broke down look. I like it though. It's my thing. But come to YouTube, share the YouTube link. I'm going to tweet it out right now, but we're going to try to get, I think we can do it. I don't see why we can't get 56 people to subscribe to this YouTube channel, this amazing YouTube channel, by the end of this feed. Hold on, typing my tweet. But have you guys ever heard of Ong's hat? Now, I've been researching it all day. It was something Babos brought up in a previous feed, and it's going to be fun. It's interesting, but it gets into a lot of really cool stuff. It has to do with other dimensions even. So that's fascinating. We're going to get into that tomorrow night. But that's what we do around here, is we get into stuff like that. And we also spread the truth. For instance, everyone knows this, but we'll go ahead and mention it anyway, that Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. We talk about things like that, but we talk about more than that. We talk about the disgusting island the man owned and the people that went there. The list of people is disgusting, and there's people on that list that disturb me even, but turns out you don't know your heroes. Like Bill Murray's on that list of people. Marshall Mathers is on that list of people. So these people went to that island and lived like literal kings, doing disgusting things, and they need to be exposed, and they will be, because we will keep putting attention on that. And that's the kind of stuff we do here too. So if you support that kind of stuff and you support the truth, then please support our YouTube channel and support what I'm trying to do. There's links in the description on how to support the shows. I am a professional live streamer now. I do this as my job. So if you would like to support that, please do. I would appreciate that. And you can do that in many ways, by sharing and helping with this, like with this tonight, getting YouTube to 1,000 subscribers. Really easy, something simple to do. Share out the YouTube link and get people in there on YouTube and help it grow. Help us get to 1,000 tonight. I think we can do it. I really do. And we'll talk about anything you want in order to get there. Like, another thing I think we need to hit, just because we're going to hit a little bit of everything, is Julian Assange. Julian Assange is being persecuted right now for telling the truth. He is a journalist, what a journalist should be, and he's sitting in a prison cell meant for terrorists for doing so. And Ginger says Trump said he doesn't even know who Prince Andrew is. Are you serious? He's ridiculous. Trump was a friend of Jeffrey Epstein's, and yes, he broke ties with them, but he was involved with them, and he knew about the young girls thing because he was quoted talking about it. So, yes, he did end up breaking ties with Epstein a while back, actually, and even banned him from his Mar-a-Lago country club or whatever, that place. Banned him from there and broke ties, but he traveled with him. I'm sure he was at the island. And did you look at that island? Look into that island. The there's been some drone footage of the island, and then also the guys from We Are Change went to the island and looked around. It's disgusting. They lived like kings there. Guys like Prince Andrew. But Trump knows who Prince Andrew is. And Ginger says he said it on mainstream today as they were showing tons of pictures with Andrew and him together. He's ridiculous. He'll tell any lie. Nothing's too big for him. And hell, in the moment, he probably believes it. You know what I mean? Hey, Liz. Good to see you. What we're doing is we're trying to get my YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers. I detailed it in the description. That's the goal of tonight's show. So what the feed's going to be is just like an assortment of what it's like to follow me on YouTube. What kind of shows we do. We do conspiracy related shows. We talk about the truth. We talk about things like Epstein. We talk about things that are important. We talk about things like Julian Assange and the death of truth and the lies coming out of the mainstream media. We talk about all that kind of stuff. If you support truth, support this show and support what I'm doing, by supporting us directly on Patreon and PayPal, or subscribing, sharing, getting the content out. Sharing the truth is how we're going to lead this mass awakening that is happening. It is happening right now in this world. But we need to speed it along. And doing things like this and sharing things like this is what's going to do that, is what's going to encourage people to seek out the truth, and to look for more. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's the point of the shows I'm doing and my agenda, what my agenda is on YouTube. That and to entertain you guys. I want to do things that are entertaining and that you like and enjoy, so you keep coming back to see more. But talking about important things like Julian Assange and what's happening to that man right now for telling the truth, for spreading the truth, it's disgusting. And we can't stand for it. We shouldn't allow it to continue. And Ginger says you discuss topics with your supporters. I try to involve all the shows that we do here are audience participation, and everything that we do is always better if people are talking along. But I really do think of you guys as my friends, and I think of us in this fight together, you know, and I giggle at myself a little bit there, but I don't think that's crazy. I think we are on the same path, a lot of us, and we're heading in the same direction. We're all doing our own things in that fight, in that push forward towards better things, but I know that we all at our heart and at our core are on the same path, even if it seems at times that we're heading in different directions. And I don't know. It's encouraging to me to be part of this awakening, but it's overwhelming at the same time. So I get it, And then that's kind of what my Burn show is about. That's about motivation. I don't believe in politics. Hey, Robert, good time to join us. I don't believe in politics. I believe in the revolution, the people. That's what I support. I don't support politics at all. Our political system, and Liz can tell you this too, is corrupt and rigged from the ground up. It's just disgusting. But I'm going to share the link one more time, and I'll probably share it a few more times during the feed. This is the link to this exact same feed on YouTube. And we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers tonight. And we're going to talk about anything you guys want, anything at all, because that's going to give people an idea of what you're going to get on the YouTube channel. You see what I mean? I'm pretty versatile. I can bounce from topic to topic. Matter of fact, it's one of my specialties is being all over the place. So comment and participate and let me know what you guys want to talk about, and we will get into it. Liz sent me this really interesting thing about biological warfare that is fascinating, and I'm covering that for sure in an upcoming Conspiracy Theories and Chill. What we do on that show, and you'll see tomorrow night is Conspiracy Theories and Chill's regular night. So if you come tomorrow, you'll see. But what we do on that show is most of the time we break down actual things, real events. Tomorrow is going to be a conspiracy. We're going to go back to our roots. Ong's hat is a conspiracy, but I think there's some truth buried in it, as there is with most conspiracies. So that's the kind of things that we do on Conspiracy Theories and Chill. But a lot of times we get into some truth on there, most of the time actually, because a lot of conspiracies are true. There is truth in them. And every show that I do on this channel on Me on Things and Stuff, because every show is hubbed out of Me on Things and Stuff, is about truth. And like Ginger says, I do value you guys' views and opinions because I want us to grow together, and we're all on this journey together, and I think we can do it. But like Ginger says here, why can't I hold this comment still? But she's talking about how I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. I didn't want it to be from a place of desperation, but they might take me down if I'm not at 1,000 subscribers by December 10th. It is a new rule rollout on YouTube that if you are below 1,000 subscribers on December 10th, it's one of the reasons why they could take you down. Not saying they're gonna. I don't want to preach fear or beg from a place of desperation. I want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel because you like what I do. What I'm doing now, I'm doing professionally, so I always try to do something of value every time I get on here. If you like that and you appreciate the shows that we do and you have fun watching and participating and doing all of that, support us by subscribing. That's what I want. But invite your friends to subscribe. I have been. That's what I'm doing right now, actually. But I don't know other ways to do it because, like, I guess I could share it to you guys individually, but this is the best way I know to get out to my friends, is to do a stream. That's what I know to do it. So this is the way I'm swinging at it, and we're real close. We're almost there. I think we can do it. 56 is not that many. We're 56 away from 1,000. That is absolutely doable tonight. We can make that happen tonight for sure. Kilo's over here on YouTube. This is where the cool kids hang out anyway. The cool kids hang out on YouTube. Plus, that's the best way to stay connected with everything that we do. And then, you can watch amazing videos that we've already got up on the channel, like all the stuff on the Mandela effect, which I want to get into for a little bit. Just humor me. I think the Mandelas are fun, but I think there's more to it than that. I think that there's something there, some kind of truth buried in that, as if you will. But and I could get into that too. I would love to get into it really, but I'm researching to get into it deeper, but I think there's connections there with what's going on at CERN. And then in tomorrow's Ong's Hat discussion, we're going to find out that there's other things out there that tamper or flirt with messing with reality. So it's not just CERN, but I think primarily CERN is behind some of this. Steve says, I meant our friends. I have 3,000. Oh, yeah. No, dude, absolutely. Anything that we can do, because we can do this. I'm talking to everyone here. I can't tell who's here, but unless you're talking, because it shows me the names all in lumps. But if I haven't said hi to you yet, it's because I haven't seen your name or it went by too fast. But hey, Fred. Looks like Fred just joined. And comment. We can talk about absolutely anything, anything at all. But what we're doing here is we're trying to get my YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers. That's the ulterior motive. But anything goes. Absolutely anything. Just don't ask me questions about professional football because I don't know much about that. So I would hit a brick wall. I would have to fall on somebody like our top fan, Paul, who I'm surprised did not use his badge. I hate that you're not using your badge, Paul. You earned that badge, and it's something you need to stand behind and be proud of. Your top fan badge is something that you need to really own and be proud of. But come on over to YouTube, and what do you guys want to talk about? What would be good, you think, to go on about for a little bit? We hit the things that I think are real important, but we can always come back to them for sure. Steve says, have you seen the trailer for the Mandela Effect movie? I think they stole it from your show. There is a trailer for a movie? Where is this? No, I haven't seen it. A Mandela Effect movie. I haven't seen that, Helen says. What's it called? Yeah, what is it called? That's interesting. I'm making a new Mandela Effect video, by the way, for the YouTube channel, if you are into those. So I'm researching new Mandelas because I want to make a best of 100 Mandela list. I don't know what I'm going to name it or title it yet, but it's going to be like 100 Mandelas, and compiling the list right now and working on narrowing it down. But that's going to be fun. That's something fun coming up on the YouTube channel is the new Mandela video that we're working on. But I've got about 6 of them on the channel right now if you want to check them out. There's even one with a huge mistake in it that's embarrassing, but I left it up anyway because it's got 68,000 views. I don't want to take it down, but I made a mistake. I quoted a Mandela that is actually one of that reversed. Now, most people would tell me it never did, it was always that way, but a lot of people actually talk about the reversal of this particular Mandela, and it has to do with one from the movie Apollo 13 that changed and then changed back. So my video, a lot of people have commented and attributed that I was one of the first to get nailed with this, but my video reflects the old version, that there was an old version, but it is now changed back. And some of them happen like that. That's not the only one. I can't think of another example right now, but maybe we'll get into some of those on the best of list. Because I'm going to throw in little trivia and stuff in the list. I'm going to put together a really cool little video on it. But let me know what Mandelas might be your favorites that you want to see on the list. Like for me, Berenstain Bears has to be on the list, if not number one on the list. I almost think it should be called the Berenstain Effect instead of the Mandela Effect because I know it was Berenstain Bears. I know it was. I'm 100% sure. That's the one that sells it to me and makes me believe it is a real thing because I know for a fact it was Berenstain Bears. But we're going to get into what I think and what we decide are the 100 best Mandelas in an upcoming video. But another one I'm working on that's long form is about MK Ultra, and MK Ultra is real, verifiably real. But the conspiracy part of it would be that I think it still goes on to this day. I don't think MK Ultra ever stopped. And I think there's many reasons to believe that, many reasons to think that. And we're going to go into those in a long form documentary on the Me on Things and Stuff channel. So subscribe. See, I just gave you all these great reasons to come on over to YouTube and subscribe to Me on Things and Stuff. Sorry, I was parched. Been talking for a while. But Kilo says, been checking out Tic Tac UFO. I've been looking at some UFO stuff recently too because I'm working on another one about UFOs. Like I said, I got about 5 balls in the air right now. I'm working on another one, uh, doing a little research on it about the UFOs and also about Nephilim and the fallen. So, which I think are interconnected. And the video is going to get into my theory on UFOs, which if you want to, we can get into that a little bit right now too. But again, like I said, it's one of those things where it's still a developing theory because most of my beliefs, like any belief, is not etched in stone. And I'm more of a contrarian, and I know that the truth lays more in the gray area, and often we never really get to the core of it, or the bottom of it, because we just can't. Some things we can't ever know, like the true nature of our reality. I don't think we can really know because we can't even experience it all. They say, and this is mainstream science. It's not me saying it. I didn't come up with this, but that there's like 10 dimensions and that we only experience 4 of them, 3 spatial dimensions and then time. But there's actually 10 that 6 that we can't even experience. I don't know what they are. Don't ask me. I've had someone else confront me about that before, but that's mainstream science, and it's not me making that up. That's a real statistic. But I usually think of that whenever somebody tells me that they know something for sure. I'm like, how? How do you know anything for sure? You know? And that's not the way science works anyway. Science is constantly evolving, constantly changing and reevaluating itself. But hey, Nissa, good to see you. Ginger says, so what shows do you run now? Oh, wait, that was Steve. Hold on. Why won't they stay still? The comments won't stay still on Facebook. I might switch to the phone and see if it'll sit still for that now. No, it was Ginger. What shows do you run, Sean? Um, right now, the shows that are consistent is the Daily Burn. That's the show that I do for the political revolution. And then there is Conspiracy Theories and Chill. Those two are locked in. They're not going anywhere. And then I'm flirting with bringing back Yankee Rants, except I don't know what day to put it on. You know what I mean? So that would be 3. Right now, 2. But there's Yankee Rants is kind of floating in the ebb right now. It can be put back in at any time. And that's a rant show. And I think that it may be something that we do when I'm mad about something, just something that happens spontaneously. And I think that that's good. It'd be good to have something in my hat that I can do just whenever I want to, whenever the mood strikes. Because part of this is, the fun of live, the fun of just doing it. Like this tonight, this what we're doing right now. This had no script. This could go anywhere. This could go any direction. There's really no notes even for this. I just want to get to 1,000 subscribers before the 10th. And I look at the calendar every day and I'm like, oh my God, it's the 3rd. And I don't know that they'll pull my channel. I don't know that they will. But I know that it is a reason why they could. And it's just a goal I've had since I started the YouTube channel. So if it's the end, I'd like to meet my goal, you know? So there's a couple reasons. I'd just like to see that little, how you got a car and you want to watch it roll, the numbers roll over. I want to see the odometer roll over to 1,000. And you can help me do that. So please do share the YouTube link. And Steve says he just Googled it, and the movie is called Mandela Effect. Damn it, it moved. Oh, I hate this. Ugh. I guess it's good that there's so many comments that I can't hold them still. But I'm going to switch to my phone. I got to go get it. So I'm going to go get my phone so that I can look at the comments better on Facebook. But while I'm getting my phone, head on over to YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then I'll be able to see your comments better because Facebook doesn't load up good on the computer. Matter of fact, I'm going to shut it down on the computer and just bring it up on my phone and look at what you're saying there. Because I can probably hold it a little more still. Okay, the movie is called Mandela Effect. Google the trailer. I swear, Sean, they stole your stuff. Berenstain Bears, all of it. Maybe you should talk to a lawyer. You really think so, man? I'm going to check it out. I'm going to look at it. That's creepy as hell. Helen says, I know it was either Stain or Stein because I never knew how to pronounce it. Exactly the same for me. Those were my favorite children's books. The Berenstain Bears. I loved the Berenstain Bears. But it was Berenstein. It was not Berenstain. I know how to say stain. You know what I mean? And they've got me saying it now. I couldn't used to even say it. But now I know that the right way is Berenstain because I've had it in like 4 videos now. But it's Berenstein. I never knew how to say it. I was never sure how to pronounce it. That's how I know for a fact that is a change in reality. But there's other ones that I know for a fact were the other way, like the one from Snow White. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? It's not mirror, mirror on the wall. It's magic mirror. That don't even sound right. That don't even sound right at all. There's a lot of them though. It's not just those two. So I'm gonna put together a list of 100, and I want to hear what you guys think. But that's wild, Steve. You think they stole it from my show? It wouldn't surprise me. I'm not the only one talking about Mandela's though, and I'm not the only one that thinks that Berenstain should be the one that's ranked almost at the top. That's a big one. And then the damn dash in Kit Kat. Kit Kat used to have a dash in it, and now it's just Kit Kat pushed together. That drives me crazy too. But we're going to do that coming up. And Kilo says Bernie 2020. I can talk about Bernie all day long. But Nick's here on Facebook, and I don't want to turn Nick off. I do my political show for the political revolution, but Steve says the Monopoly guy too. What they cover every Mandela that I brought up. I'm gonna Google it. I will. After this, I'm gonna bring it up and I'm gonna Google it and I'm gonna get into it, and I'm gonna may even mention it in the upcoming Mandela video. But that's what we're putting together right now. So that's the kind of stuff that we're doing on the channel. Truth stuff, fun stuff like Mandela's. But like I said, I think there's something there. I think there's some truth behind Mandela's. I'm not a quantum scientist or anything or whatever. I'm not qualified to make that assertion, but I know there's differences. Like there's a Chuck E. Cheese one that I know is a change. Skechers, Febreze. Um, I remember Febreze being spelled with double E's, like breeze, but it's not. It's always just been Febreze. That's what they say. But I remember that one changing. I remember noticing it when it changed. Like walking by it in the supermarket and just being like, something don't sit right with that. Same thing happened with double stuffed Oreos. Same thing happened to me with double stuffed Oreos. I remember noticing the spelling change on stuff and just thinking, no, that's changed. That's different. But no, they say it's always been that way. And there's a lot like that. Like the Flintstones. Now it's the Flint Stones. And they say it always was, that we're just ignoring that other T, but it was the Flintstones, not the Flint Stones. But that's what it is now. But Cameron says, watch my first Jordan Maxwell interview today. Wow. First Claire Edwards interview today. Right on. And he shared the links. Um, Jordan Maxwell. Why are those two names like I can't match them up, but I think I should know them both. I'm gonna have to look at. I'll look that up too. But yeah, conspiracy theories and chill, and the Daily Burn, which I've been thinking about changing to the War Room. I don't know because it's getting to be more and more just about motivation for a revolution. I think I'm getting off the rails. Um, I don't fully support politics to begin with. You know what I'm saying? But I do support us. I do support the people. I do support the fact that we can make change happen. We can do it. And I believe that. So I'm not lying to you on the Daily Burn, but I don't believe in politics. Politics is broken. Our system is broken and rigged. Matt says, sorry, brother, I'm at work and can't tune in. I'm truly sorry. Hey, dude, you are never late to one of these, and they're always up. So if you show up later, go share my YouTube link and do all the things like you're here right now. And even comment, because I may still be awake, and I love seeing comments. I love participating in the comments. I love talking to you guys. That's half the reason why I do this stuff, because I like hanging out with y'all. But I also do it for a job, so support the shows if you can. Uh, on Patreon. Patreon's a great little service. It allows people to support independent shows, and it allows creators a place to put their stuff and to get that support from independent, in independent ways. And that's the way it's going to have to be moving forward, because advertisers, they don't, I'll never get ads on YouTube. That's not going to happen. So the only way for me to be successful in this endeavor is through crowdfunding. So, as uncomfortable as it gets sometimes, having to do my little beg segment, that's the way it's got to go. I don't want to have a different financial model, because I wouldn't want to be in a situation where I had to answer to advertisers anyway. Who wants that? But help us grow the YouTube. That's what we're doing tonight. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And I may keep talking until we get to 1,000 subscribers, so don't make me do that, because then we might be here for hours. And I could keep going for hours. I can rattle on for a good while, actually. I'm getting decent at it, but I don't want to have to do that. I like sleeping. Plus, that light is so bright. And if anybody's a nurse out there, let me know if that's bad. Is it really bad to look at a super bright light for a while? Feels like it is. It hurts. Physically hurts my eyes. Jeff says play it against Sam is actually play it Sam, or so they say. That one bothers a lot of people. Doesn't bother me as much as other people, because I've never seen Casablanca, Jeff. But it bothers people, and I thought it was Play Against Sam. Now I haven't seen the movie. I never sat down and watched Casablanca, but I've seen that scene. Like, that's the way I remembered it. But there's other ones from movies. Did you know that in Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal Lecter never says hello, Clarice? That blew me away. He says good morning. Doesn't even say good morning, Clarice, just good morning. That's ridiculous. Steve says the Scarecrow's gun in Wizard of Oz? That's definitely on the list of 100. For sure, Steve. The Scarecrow has a gun now. He does. He has a gun. Watch it. It's crazy. But that's what we're doing, is we're just talking. And Steve says that they owe me some money for a movie on the Mandelas. That they pulled a lot from one of my videos, he thinks. But that's what we're doing. That's what this is about. This is a feed that we're doing to raise awareness that we have a YouTube channel. because I started on Facebook. That's where a lot of the following is. We're trying to grow the YouTube because that's a good place to center everything out of and a good place for all the shows to live. So subscribe to the YouTube channel and help us grow and help us get to 1,000. I would really appreciate that. But what do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about more Mandelas? I could go on and on about Mandelas. We could talk about anything really, anything at all that you want to. But you're gonna have to tell me what you want to get into. 'Cause I'll briefly go into what I've been looking at, and I've been doing a lot of research on. Somebody wanted me to cover giants, whether giants ever walked the earth. And that is fascinating, but it led me to looking into the Nephilim. And that's leading me down a whole rabbit hole that's very involved actually, and is making me learn the Bible better even. So that's taking me way down a deep rabbit hole, but that's fascinating. And I think that there's a lot there. And it's opened my eyes a lot even already just looking into it. But that's going to be a fascinating one, and I think that'll end up having to be a long form documentary too. I may do more of those coming up because the MK Ultra one's going to be long form, and I think the Nephilim one will have to be. So, and I want to do a better one on 9/11 coming up in the future. And I want to redo my Titanic conspiracy video. So there's a lot coming up in the future. There's a lot of reasons to subscribe. So please do. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I would really appreciate that. That would help me a lot. But come over and watch and let me know what you want to talk about. And we can get into anything you want. But come back tomorrow night for Conspiracy Theories and Chill. Conspiracy Theories and Chill is on every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And tomorrow night we're getting into Ong's Hat. And it's interesting. It's very interesting. It is a conspiracy. Um, the official version is that it was a hoax, but we're going to break it all down and get into it. And there's a lot of interesting stuff there. So it's well worth looking at. But Steve says Epstein Trump banker suicided today. Just saying. What? What is this? So a banker that was associated with Epstein and Trump suicided today. Hey, did you see that? How do you say her name? The madam supposedly is going to cooperate. She denies it, but they're saying it. I'm seeing people talk about it. Um, I expect if that's true, for her to have an unfortunate end soon as well. You know what I mean? And I won't know for sure whether or not she really did or not either. It'd be very similar to Epstein. There's a fly, and he wants to be on the air so bad, and he keeps flying around, trying his damnedest to be part of the show. Well, let's see here. Cameron says Maxwell. Is that the guy's name? But we can talk about anything at all if you want. But I want you to come over to YouTube. Help me grow the YouTube. That's what I want. Cameron says Epstein's Miami-based plastic surgeon dies in a plane crash. Huh. Wow, that's interesting too. There's a lot of people, and it's not even that crazy. I'm among them that believe that he's not even dead. Not only did Epstein not kill himself, the man may not even be dead. That's the world we live in. That's what we're up against. That's the evil forces that we're up against. These Luciferians that lord over us. We talk about them. Yeah, however you say that name. Ghislaine Maxwell, the female pimp. Yeah. Yeah, Maxwell. I don't know how to say her name. I don't want to learn it because I hate learning people that these demons learning their names, like serial killers even. I don't know why they do that because that's a lot of the reason why I used to be fascinated with serial killers, but They all want to be famous. They all want their name out there. Steve says he's not dead. See? I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I think that there's a lot of evidence pointing in that direction of him not being even dead. It's sad that we live in that world. It's sad that that's a reality, but it's the truth of it. Cameron says her dad was Mossad and died murdered. A lot of people have said that Epstein was Mossad. Very, very interesting, the whole thing. And, it's also very interesting that the media just ignores it and tries to make it go away. But Australia's media, their version of 60 Minutes, did an expose in depth on the Epstein story. That's fascinating. Cameron says billionaire Satanists. They are. They are Luciferian. They worship the old gods like Moloch and Baal. It's a fact. It's a disturbing fact, but it's a fact. I was looking at information today on. You ever seen the movie They Live? Very interesting movie. An older movie. Is one of John Carpenter's first movies. But it's about this guy, and the character has no name in the movie, but he gets these glasses, and when he puts the glasses on, he can see the world for how it really is. And he can also see these people that don't belong here, that are controlling everything and controlling the population. There's a lot of truth in Hollywood, and there's a lot of truth buried in that movie. There was interesting stuff in the behind the scenes of that movie. Like Jim McMahon offered Roddy Piper played the lead in that movie, the wrestler. He offered to find him another role of equal money if he would just turn that movie down. He didn't want him to do it. And it turns out a lot of people fought against that movie even being put out. And John Carpenter even wrote the movie under a pseudonym. So it's a lot of fascinating stuff with that movie, but there is a lot of predictive programming is what it's called. And they put it right out in front of you. And they do that through Hollywood and through entertainment. So that is real. That is true. And that is something that goes on. Cameron says facts. But there is a Luciferian agenda lording over us. Look up Bohemian Grove. Look at this stuff. This is real. It's not popular to talk about it, but it's true. And it's what's going on in the world, and ignoring it is allowing it to continue. So there's no point in ignoring it, and we don't gain anything by ignoring it. Turning a blind eye to it is what allows it to exist in the first place. So you can't do that. But come on over to YouTube. I'm going to share the link on Facebook. No, I'm not, because I just remembered I shut down Facebook on the computer because it won't load up right. But it's in the comment section on Facebook a few times. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're only 56 away from 1,000, and we can totally get there. We can make it happen. I believe in us, and I believe we have the ability to get my YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers before December 10th. That's what this is. That's what this feed was about. But Cameron says Eyes Wide Shut got Kubrick killed. There's a lot of truth in Eyes Wide Shut. There's a lot of truth in The Shining too. Kubrick would hide things in his movies, and he's not the only filmmaker that does that, but he's right. Kubrick was taken out over Eyes Wide Shut. There's a lot of truth in that movie. That movie exposes a lot of the Illuminati and a lot of the secret elite demonic parties that go on, and these things are real. What's that priestess that they all love now, that Maria Abramovich or whatever her name is, the spirit cooking parties. Look up that stuff. That stuff is real. Steve says Graham Elwood is covering Epstein a lot on his show, The Political Vigilante. Right on. Cameron says Kubrick has a deal to never have his movies edited after he helped stage the moon landing. They cut 15 to 20 crucial minutes out, and he died before the film had its final cut. Wow. Yeah, and Kubrick did stage the moon landing. I had a person that come to a lot of feeds of mine get mad at me for saying that. And Steve might get mad too because Steve doesn't believe in this part of the theory either. But Steve will usually stick around because he's pretty cool and he understands that I don't know everything and we're just talking about my theory. Like he believes that Alex Jones is Bill Hicks, which drives me crazy. No, he's not. But anyway, I think that Kubrick did help film the moon footage, and I think he tried to tell us that in the movie The Shining. But there is and that is something that is part of the agreement. A lot of people think that he had all this power in Hollywood because he had filmed the moon landing, and but not everybody believes that. Not everybody believes that we. I don't believe we went to the moon, but a lot of people do, and I cover things from both sides. Like I said, the truth is usually somewhere in the gray area. Like I don't see anything wrong with admitting that there's problems in the moon footage. We can at least start there. Like I think we need to at least admit that a lot of it, there's at least evidence that a lot of it may in fact be fake. I think we can at least enter there. And then to me that pokes holes in the whole thing. Like we're lying about part of it. We might be lying about all of it. How much are we exactly lying about? Why are we lying? What are we covering up? I could be way off. It could be, there's a viewer, Herbert, that wants me to cover this other stuff on the secret space program, and that implies that they're eons ahead and they can do super cool stuff. So I could be that wrong, but they're lying about something. Like something's wrong. There's some deceit going on. I think that's agreed. That should be agreed upon by everybody. Yeah, we're being misled. So Steve says, I don't think that guy in the moon landing stuff is actually Stanley Kubrick. Oh, the one in the video? There's a video. What Steve's talking about is there's a video with the guy claiming to be Stanley Kubrick admitting to having faked the moon landing. And I've talked about that video before, and I agree with you. I can't vouch that it is. I'm not fully on your side where you're like you're sure it's not, but I can't say that it is for sure. But there's compelling stuff in it. It's interesting. I believe it more than I believe that Bill Hicks became Alex Jones. I don't believe that at all. I can't come with you on that one, Steve. Uh, we're gonna have to be agree to disagree, just like on the moon. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. But I'll cover it one day. It's interesting. It's interesting. I like conspiracies. Even ones I don't agree with. I watched. Steve actually shared with me an interesting documentary on Bill Hicks being Alex Jones, and it's fascinating. It's interesting, but I can't believe it. I can't follow you down that rabbit hole. Cameron says can't be hard to blast people to the moon in a rocket full of fuel and then parachute back. Possible, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I don't know. I know I'm being lied to about something. So what direction is it? Is it maybe they're lying because they have to hide different stuff? There's other theories. I love theories. There's theories that they found stuff there, you know, on the moon that they don't want us to know about. Maybe that was it. There's a lot of different things. Something's wrong. There's something wrong with the story. But what do you guys want to get into before we wrap up? Because We didn't get to 56 subscribers on YouTube. We're gonna though. Trust me, we'll get there by the 10th. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited that we're this close. So that'd be a good way to help out if you watched the feed and you liked it and you want to help out somehow. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're only 56 away. So we're trying to get there before the 10th of December. And come back tomorrow for Conspiracy Theories and Chill. But this has been fun. We were just hanging out and trying to get the YouTube channel up to 1,000. So thanks for hanging out with me. And thanks for chatting and keeping the conversation going. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody that was here. And Bill Hicks is not Alex Jones, Steve. He's not. Can't be. But, you know what? Another one we can agree on is Aleister Crowley is Barbara Bush's daddy. You should look at that. She looked just like her daddy. But that's an interesting one. Thanks for hanging out, guys. And like I said, share that YouTube link. Get us to 1,000. Come on, we can do it. I know we can. I got faith in us. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.